Well, good morning everyone. Thanks for joining me and Spike on another easy camping adventure. On this trip, I visit Chocwich Falls, walk in Merry Brook Rainforest, and come down with COVID, which I'll spend most of the video trying to deny.
Wow, look at this. Not a bad spot. Oops, I should have closed Spike's door. Sauk River down there. Well, I think I'm just going to go ahead and leave the canopy right here where I originally set it up. It seems like that's a pretty good spot. Spike is pretty flat, maybe a little high on the front, but that's okay. That'll mean my head is uphill. So I think I'll just set up the chair, set up my campfire, and just leave the walls off so I can just watch the rain come down in this beautiful rainforest. It's really spectacular. Well, that's pretty nice hanging around camp here on the really beautiful day. I mean, maybe not, but it's a really pleasant feeling to be camping in the rain. But I think what I'm going to do is walk up the road here. There's some waterfalls up here. I think I can walk to them, probably only about a mile away or maybe a little more. They should be really going in this weather too. I'll go have a look. This is pretty cool. I was actually here just like a month ago with Spike. Drove right to this very spot. It's actually pretty cool to be here with the road closed.
This road began as the wagon road leading from Darrington to the old mining camp and now ghost town of Monte Cristo. And it was actually really nice just walking along on it knowing it was closed, so that I had basically this entire wilderness to myself. The falls are actually visible from the road, but you have to know when to look. They're easy to miss.
I think this is as close as I dare go. These rocks are pretty slippery, and it occurs to me I'm getting to be an old man now, and I've crossed the gate. You know, the road is closed, and I'm back up here about a mile and a half, maybe only a mile. But if I fall and injure myself, well, I don't want to do that. So this is as close as we can see it. Not bad. Nice falls.
I decided to walk through the forest to get back to the road, not because I'm less likely to fall in the forest, but because it would be a softer landing if I did.
This is one of those big cedar trees that so many of these campsites around here have. Let me set the camera down. Scale. Pretty big. Nice picnic spot too. Well, I've been kicking back here now. I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and put the walls on. It's supposed to dry up tomorrow, and I'm going to be here all day tomorrow, so if I put the walls on now, maybe they'll be dry by the time I go to pack it up. But it would be much more comfortable, you know, if I had the walls on. Then I could heat it up really nice. Wow, it is just a soaker out there. It just keeps pouring. The water, you know, and this canopy, there's no floor, so the water from the outside just flows through. You can probably hear that. Just soaking wet. Listen to that rain. It's just been pouring like that for the last 4 hours or so. Anyhow, I've stayed up about as late as I can, and I always stay up as late as I can when I'm camping. Tonight that's only about 10 o'clock, just a few minutes after. I'm going to crawl into Spike, crawl into bed. I'll say goodnight. I'll see you in the morning. We'll have some adventure then. Well, good morning. It's about 38 degrees out here. Got down to about 43 in Spike. So not too bad, a little bit chilly. I could have put on my other sleeping bag, but I'm awake now and I'm out and about. I'm going to go ahead and have my coffee and my breakfast and see how the day develops. Well, look at that. I've so earnestly pursued relaxing this morning that I've suffered the misfortune of overtaking it, and I've wasted the whole morning practically. It's almost noon now. But I've had lunch, and so I'm going to go ahead and do my hike now. Wow. I swear I can almost see some blue sky up there. And this looks like just the slightest bit of sunlight filtering in. Could turn out to be a pretty nice day. Look at this chunk of lichen that I found. Isn't that cool? I think it's called lettuce lichen, but pretty neato. Kind of wish I would have brought my gloves. I told myself it'd be warm enough that I wouldn't need them, but it's actually a little chilly out here. I've had to button myself up. Wow. Look at that. That bark isn't even attached to the tree anymore. All those woodpecker holes there where they used to store their food. What happens when a tree dies in the forest is the tree itself shrinks and twists, but the bark does not. And so underneath the bark, when the tree is shrinking and twisting up, it pulls free of the bark, and then eventually the bark comes crashing down in an avalanche that you wouldn't want to be underneath of. Well, here we are.
So this is Merry Brook, a white, frothing, singing brook that imparts both its name and its happiness to the surrounding rainforest. But it had way too much Devil's Club in it for me to explore. So instead I just walked up the road looking for a way into the forest.
Wow, I only just stepped a few feet off the road, or a few yards. I can't see it, but I'm so close, if a car came through, I'd see the car. But, yeah, I found my own little piece of private solitude here. And I got a little piece of brownie with me. I'm going to munch it. I'm about a little less than 2 miles from camp, so I'll eat my brownie and head back. This is really a nice spot. I can hear birds singing. I can hear the water rushing. I can see just a bit of filtered sunlight landing on the branches all around me. I hear a crow up here too. I hope it's not raiding my camp. Yeah, I put almost everything away. Wow. Well, I made it back to Merry Creek. That means I've got just, I think, 1 mile or 1.1 miles. I'll be back to camp. So this walk is winding down, and it's even starting to rain. I was hoping that the rain was done. The canopy when I left was dry, and I was thinking, oh nice, I can put it away when it's dry. But of course I'm not going to pack it up till tomorrow, so it still might dry out. I don't know.
I fell into a deep vein of musing and thought back on the 40 years that I spent recreating up around in here. It's been a blessed life. Of course, I spent time in other places too, but this area has always been a favorite. Layers and layers of memories.
Alrighty then. I need a drink of water. Well, rats, it's raining again out there, but only lightly. Maybe it'll quit. I'm going to kick back here for a while and relax. So I actually made dinner, but I've actually been feeling a little under the weather. I've eaten 1 bite of it and I'm feeling kind of sick. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. And I also want to drive in this evening to contact Amy. So I'm kind of thinking, I wonder if I should just break camp and leave tonight in case I'm so sick tomorrow that I can't. But part of me thinks, oh, maybe I'll just feel great tomorrow. So I got to decide what I'm going to do. So I'm in Spike. I drove out to a little town of Darrington where I had some cell phone reception, and I contacted Amy. Everything's good. And actually, I don't know what was up with me being sick earlier, but I think I'm about over it. I'll probably be starved to death tonight since I couldn't eat dinner. But hopefully that's it. I won't be sick anymore. Good, everything's still here. Well, I've sort of picked everything up. There's just a few things on the table here. I'm going to go ahead and spend the night. I feel well enough. I still have something lingering there, so I'm a little apprehensive. But I'm also starting to feel hungry, so that's a good sign. Anyhow, it's only a little bit after 9, but I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. Wimp out early. Well, it's about 8:30 in the morning. I finally got out of bed. I was actually sick last night. Had a fever, so sometimes I'd be too hot, then I'd have the chills, and I'd be throwing on more blankets, and then I'd be peeling them off. But I might have mostly gotten through it. I don't feel too bad right now, so I'm gonna go ahead and pack things up and get out of here. There's actually, you probably can't see on the GoPro, but up the mountains all have fresh snow up there. Maybe I can get some pictures on the way out. Alright, let's get this thing picked up. Whew, that was about all I could do. I'm pretty weak. Look at some of the leaves are pretty dry where the canopy was. Anyhow, I'm going to hit the road. I might stop and take some pictures of the mountains on the way back, but I'm going to say thanks for coming along on the trip, hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it, and I hope you join me on the next one. Till then, you've been easy camping with Nan Dog and Spike.